Ciao nice people! Welcome to the stream! And hi Zoro! Nice to see you there! This one will be a peculiar stream. Also because I have an intentional 5 seconds delay on everything. My audio, the game video, and my video. In this way I can switch scene just in time in case anything happens. Well, what could even happen? Well, nothing actually. This is a pretty simple dating sim, right? It's a sweet dating sim about disabled girls, I suppose, so that can't be anything weird about it, right? Okay, of course I'm not... Of course, in the way I said it, sounds like another Doki Doki. No, I don't know anything about the game, but I'm pretty sure it's not a game with a twist. It's just a simple game with some extra scenes, which are actually removed on the Steam version, but not anymore. With a simple click. Hi Fado, how is going? In a completely safe game. Let's see if I will get banned on Twitch. Luckily, the game now went on Steam with the safe version. So now it's supposedly allowed on Twitch, even if there's not really a category for it. But I'm trying to go a little forward and try the other version, the original version, because we all want the original experience, right? Am I right? So no one will get upset if we go with the original version. Hoping I won't get banned for it. Now again, I have a 5-second delay, so I can switch everything. I also linked a button for switching scene, just to be fast. Hoping it doesn't stop working. The shield I have here is just to say, hey, we are shielded from getting banned. Hopefully. My favorite one is, not spoiling it. From the game I only know a bunch of characters. There is the girl with the burnt face. Maybe there is a girl without the legs. And maybe there's one without hands, I'm not sure. That's as far as I know, honestly. So, let's go. 5 seconds to return, should have at least 34 seconds delay. That's a pretty exact number, I have to say. Okay, we can start the game. Also, I set the theme of, or the game of the stream as just chatting, because there's no game, and also usually I chat with the visual novels, am I right? Usually happens. It's the girl with the burnt face. Mostly cause she looks like an NPC from the campaign that inspired Pinnacle. Oh really? Which might end up in the game at some point, way in the future. Our games will always take a lot to make, I know. I really know I know the girl with the burnt face because of another game. There was one time when I followed some sort of Danganronpa crossover where there were a lot of characters. Just to say a bunch, Miles Edgeworth, Snake from The Escape, Monokuma was instead Fredbear, maybe. And another character was the burnt girl, who was nicknamed Bacon on the game. I don't know if they just came up with it or not. For now, let's start. A light breeze causes the naked We are already going not safe for work. First line. No, wait. Naked branches. Okay. We are still safe on Twitch. For a moment I was really worried. Please censor this. Don't show naked trees, please. Light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. She is literally the best green. Maybe she is. I found her really cute on the few images I saw. Who knows? Just like those. Yes. Every game should have the best grill, you know. Someone tried to use her for the grilling contest. Oh no. I hope she will not end up as a Blobert. Okay, which are the buttons now? Okay, space, of course. This is a popular retreat for couples in the summer. The deciduous trees provide a beautiful green canopy, far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. I can also click. But now, in late winter, feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. Actually, I hope winter comes soon, because even my mother, who is a summer person, is getting destroyed by the heat. So, and there's no one in the herd that wants summer anymore. Well, maybe some people, I suppose. Okay, also kindling. Small pieces of wood or other material used to start a fire. Makes sense, since you can kindle in Dark Souls, right? We should burn the forest down to, you know, to light a new bonfire. Am I right? I'm kidding. Kindling is dry wood. Okay, okay. Nice to know. Is this Dark Souls? Well, will it be darker than Dark Souls? I don't know. Probably not. What's with the weird shield? I don't know, I just put it there just to show that we are protected since I have a 5-second delay. And it's also a reminder for me when I do other streams to revert and remove the 5-second delay. Because if I forget one thing without delay, everything will be messed up. The audio will come earlier, the video later, a mess. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them together furiously to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Oh, it's like watching an anime with extra steps. Playing visual novels, yeah, it's like watching an anime with extra steps. It's a anime with low budget visual novel, right? You create yourself the scenes in your head. I bet everyone here imagined a random anime guy rubbing the hands together just to get some heat. Hizao. He should be a protagonist? Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure they not said 4 PM. It's a the perfect moment to check how the menu works. Return, show image? Okay, it's to check the background. We get the history. The skip mode, no, we won't use those. And options. Also we can save. I'm pretty sure there should be buttons for it, but I don't want to press the skip buttons right away. Okay, the T button is the text history. That's the only one we need to know, actually. Perfect. Books are movies with extra steps. Yes, actually, yes. The reader needs to make the extra effort to cover the lack of budget, you know. Anyone can write a book, but also everyone can imagine the book in their head. So they are like doing it's the reader that it's doing the film. Oh yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. Oh, someone is about to declare to you already, wow. It's Izao. Okay, like Mizao without the M. As far as cliches go, I'm more a fan of the letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. Okay, listen, my guy. You are probably getting a love declaration in a matter of minutes. And you go picky about, oh, I would have preferred something in the locket. Shut up! Shut up! Why it doesn't never happen to me? Shut up, please! Stupid Hizao. In a meta book I have, there's a chapter which is literally a few blank pages. Wait, that could actually be interesting. An interesting concept to make a story, even a game, where there is a hole in the middle and the player has to come with explanation. It sounds a little lazy, but you know, could be an interesting concept. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. The snowflakes silently falling from the white painted sky are the only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. There is slow descent upon the frozen forest, make it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. Ah, it didn't say stopped. We could have made a random Zavarudo here. Never mind. Because the author goes like, look, I have no idea how the characters escape the bad guy in the next chapter, so you write it. Actually, I had an idea for the next parachain. I will say it anyways because I don't think I will use it, but you know, since in parachain you have to send your part to the next developer and tell them how the chapter ends, you could place the protagonist in a very, very, very bad spot, impossible to escape, and you see how the next one will manage. Wow, that would be incredible to do. Again, I don't think I will do it, but if it happens. Also, unfortunately, Fado, you also reminded me of the author of In Stars and Time, where the game had pretty big plot holes, and the developer said, oh, it's up for your imagination. Yeah, it's not a plot hole, it's intended. You decide. That's stupid. That's very stupid. Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk a lot about Stars in Time, actually. Just put an explosion. Okay. That surely solves not everything, but a lot of things. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching from behind. I will not be that guy, but it could have been the second JoJo reference in a row, you know. Hey, Hisao, you came? Now we turn and it's our math teacher. No! Hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly. I feel my heart skip a beat. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times. Let me guess, your childhood friend. It's always the first one. And usually the winner. But never as more than a eavesdropper to a conversation. Oh, not really, actually. I turn to face this voice. The voice of my dreams. And my heart begins to race. Ah, we can see the protagonist. Not a girl, though. Iwanako? I need to remember the names. Like Iwata, okay. I got a note telling me to wait here. It was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line and that was the result. Pathetic. Oh, yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me so tense I couldn't move a single muscle, even if I tried. That's the power of anime girls smiling. Oh no, it was all a dream. No! It was all a dream. Well, not really, but Maybe he just dies. It's too easy. A game that starts with a love declaration can't go really well. Wait, let me guess. Maybe the protagonist actually gets a heart attack, gets sent to some sort of hospital, and there he finds all the girls with disabilities. We're going to play a dating sim, so I think something will happen to Iwanaku to make the protagonist available. They both dies and he reincarnates in a isekai world. Or maybe he just has a heart attack. This is an heart attack! I should make this joke more often. Not. Waldorf can remember every single complex name in this dating game, but not the name of the protagonist of Grandia 2. I'm sorry, I'm pretty bad with names. The best way to remember them is linking them to something. I already forgot the name of the protagonist. Isao. I need to recall what I linked the name to. Misao. And also the girl, Iwa. I linked it to Iwata, so it's Iwakano maybe. Iwanako. I was that close, okay? My heart is pounding now, as if it were trying to burst out from my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches over so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself, as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Please, don't get an heart attack right now. Actually, the plot twist is that all girls died and the protagonist is seeing their ghost. Oh no, that would be very, very, very sad. My throat is tight. I almost never see this sign that I don't even know how it's called in English. Wait. Okay, makes sense. I remember now. A semicolon. Which is not a colon, a semicolon. Thanks, Fado. Also, I love that semicolon and the closed parenthesis forms a wink. I feel like I saw that a lot of text generated from the AI, ChatGPT, uses a lot of semicolons. I don't know if it's me that I never use semicolons, or that ChatGPT uses a lot of semicolons. If you see a text with a semicolon, I feel like I should be more suspicious about it, because it could have made with ChatGPT. Well, it's my impression though. Maybe I'm just one that doesn't use semicolons. I doubt I could have even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if your friend is single. No! That's the worst that can happen. You should go out with me. No, it's real. I stand here, motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they've been stretched beyond the breaking point. Yeah, that's not healthy, actually. Semicolons are hard to use correctly. Yeah, I know, sometimes I think about using them, but they always feel like too much forced, when a simple dot or a comma will suffice. So I don't really find a use for it. When I remember about a semicolon, it does not fit in that sentence, so I end up never using it anyways. Okay. Isao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of binding pain along my arms. Isao! He's really having an heart attack, wow. My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Isao! The beating in my chest suddenly stops, and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the dull winter sky, Iwanako running towards me, all those fade to black. The last thing I remember before slipping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help, and the incessant clatter of the branches above. Okay, actually, to be real, receiving a declaration of love to someone that for someone that never received one could lead to something similar. So be wary if you receive a declaration letter somewhere. You should be very mentally prepared, because maybe I could have an heart attack too, because, you know, it never happened. And it could really be a very sudden emotion and could even kill you, you know. Be careful around when you receive declaration of love, okay? Because the first time could be probably the most dangerous one. You see, this game is the proof. It's demonstrated already. And dead. Go out with you? No, but not for real. Back. I just want to make another guy jealous. Oh no. That could have been a very bad twist. The worst that can happen is she says no. Ah, dead. Hate when it happens, when someone declares to you and you freaking die. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. Ah, we have a very detailed background actually. Is this a real place or... Wait, let me check. Show image. Feels like a real place with some filters. Is it? I really love the leaf falling effect outside though. Yeah, feels very much as like a real place with some filter up on top of it. Or maybe it's even redrawn. I really like the effect of the reflection below here, but maybe it's... That's a very good filter if it's one. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I've left this hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts. So I've had plenty of time to come to terms with my situation. Yeah, you know when someone asks for time to decide after a love declaration, I suppose 4 months are more than enough time to decide if you want to accept a declaration of love or not. And the girl could also have enough time to change idea, so maybe it's not the best situation. Oh no, imagine if you finally get released from the hospital, you return to the girl that declared to you, you say, yes, I accept, I want to be with you. And she says, ah, sorry, I already found another boyfriend. No! That has to be the worst. Turned down by the girl that declared to you. Remember, this game was made by the 4chan Hive Mind. Never will you find so many people willing to put so much effort into something this interesting. Oh yeah, I knew that it was made with 4chan, but I never really thought about it. Because the first thing that comes to mind is the Pokemon Clover game, which is more a mess than a game, actually. This one is actually well put together. But yeah, actually, now it explains a lot, since the protagonist died from an heart attack. Probably any user in 4chan will die of an heart attack if any girl declares to them. I'm sorry, but not sorry. I wonder how many times she visits. Oh, actually, that's right. If she didn't visit, maybe she already, I don't know, change idea right away. That's too sudden, though. Arrhythmia. A strange word. A foreign alien one. One that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition. Causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle. I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better. More appreciative of my life. I'm sorry, I don't really like the bright yellow here. I should have made a custom one, but we can make it a little less saturated maybe. Here. No, here. No, which one? This one is a little better, but... this is a little better. I should maybe start making again custom backgrounds, though. How wasn't it diagnosed earlier? Yeah, it would be a shame if it discovers it on its own or randomly dies somewhere. Well, maybe he's from a poor family. It never happened beforehand. Because he was this lucky. I don't know. Still, you should really check yourself out sooner than later to avoid problem like this one. Never had a physical exam done. How? Is he like 3? 3 years old? Maybe he skipped gym. I don't know. Or maybe he doesn't do any sport. I don't know. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Okay, at least the parents are very, very considerate. Of course, there's not a cure. Because of delayed discovery of this condition, I've had to stay at the hospital to recuperate from the treatments. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You should really consider doing exams earlier than later to find if you have any problem that can become worse way later. Another question though. Okay. Ask away. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was missed. For about a week my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled and all the get well gift began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I had gotten so many cards and flowers was because the sympathy had been turned into a class project. Wait, a class pro... Okay, can make sense, but... Class project makes it sound more like something you do during lessons. I imagine the teacher going like, okay, boys and girls, now we will make some flowers for our friend that had an heart attack while a girl was declaring to him. And maybe expecting no one to laugh. Poor boy. Very unfortunate. Unfortunately, it happens often. Wanting and wishing well on someone can get exhausting after a while. Yeah, because it drains your energy. That's unfortunately a big problem. Because someone needs support when they don't feel well, but if the other's giving support all the time... Yeah, it's some sort of sharing the pain, but... How much is too much to share the pain? How much the others will, I don't know, how much are everyone willing to... Well, it's not like they become sad, but every time they go here, of course, they surely don't get more happy. If they really love the protagonist like family, or the girl who declared, I hope, then they should have went here often, not only for give him some gifts, but also to greet him, to talk with him. Of course, you come to the hospital just to give some flowers to someone, just to remind them that you are considerate. It's also a way to talk with them, because it's not like if someone is in the hospital, you never talk to him again until he recovers. No, if you want to talk with him because you care about him so much, you go to the hospital yourself, and also you bring some gifts, which is an extra. Actually, your presence in itself is a gift because shows that you care. The problem is knowing that someone doesn't feel well stays in your mind and is a heavy thought that can ruin even your day, your week, your moment. If you are in a normal moment and you remember about your child that had this problem, you suddenly ruin your moment, even if it was going fine up until now. So someone that doesn't stay well is not only a problem for him, but also for every people that cares about him. In the other hand, in this way you discover which people doesn't care for you. Not the right moment to discover that, but it's still a moment. How can this guy with a weak heart engage in that with the girls if he passes out when his heart will beat faster? Well, Fado, I don't know, but what if all that scenes in the game last like 20 seconds and the protagonist... What if every scene with that, with each of the girls, is an ending and he dies right after? What if every 18 plus scene in this game is an ending where the protagonist dies right after? Where he says, well, if I'm gonna die soon, I might as well go out with a boomer. Am I right? Maybe an unlocked H version of Ultra Instinct. Maybe when it does that, he's healing, like some ecchi anime. A plot where the protagonist gain power by becoming a pervert. Something like that, right? In this game, the protagonist heals from the illness by being a pervert. No, maybe not. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents can buy on a regular basis. I need to know about that girl, Iwakane, Iwakata, Iwanako, sure. Here, Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. Wait, I don't like this sentence, because means the parents stopped visiting before Iwanako. And also Iwanako stopped visiting too. This poor guy. Akane's dog. This doesn't work in English, okay? After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyway. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on that snowy day ever again. The hospital? It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses feel so impersonal and faceless. I guess it's because they are in a hurry and they have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. For the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate of when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatment and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that those surgeries had left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking of it as some kind of omen. Good or bad may it be. I still ask the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there is at least some hope. Yeah, it's not like he answers, don't worry, you will stay here for the rest of your life. Don't worry, it won't be long. No. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why, I just did. Because instead I started watching Waldorf streams! No, wait, maybe wrong timeline. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Oh, no, wait, censor that! Stupid mod! Here we are, starting again to be not safe for work, huh? Welcome to this cute, sexy and titillating dating sim. For your first 10 minutes of gameplay, how about some depression? Well, I knew it was not an upbeat game, of course. I still wanted to try it. I admit, it felt weird this game originally was 18 plus, of course. The 18 plus scenes were not the main focus of the game, but still, it was a little weird to me. But I loved the stories. That was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, differing only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside, instead of moving within. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Well, that's actually what happens to me now. I'm finishing university, with some struggles there and there, but at the end, every day, it's me in my room doing a thing or another. We can be studying or not, developing games, doing something else I don't even know, streaming, and now I realize each week, oh no, another week passed. That was quick every time. Every time I said, wow, it was Saturday, just like yesterday. That went far pretty quick. Luckily I also have streamings, because otherwise I would lose track of time. Singing rap songs about game development. Okay, yeah, that's another one actually. That's something to add to the curriculum, am I right? Also unexpected. But other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance I set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot, and the heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I had to put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. He can't even read books. That sucks. A solution could be maybe listening to some stories. That's the only solution I would find. Or what about playing some Ring Fit if you really wanna die earlier? I wonder if you can sue Nintendo if you die by playing Ring Fit. No, the game has plenty of disclaimers. I am pretty sure it's fine. But that happened only rarely. And I couldn't even cry. Stop reading Dirty Doujins, idiot! What if the heart actually aged only when he was reading something 18 plus, let's say. Not Nintendo. Disney is the company you can sue if it kills you. Yeah, I know. I really want to see where the things, how the thing evolves. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. Oh, finally! It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is that supposed to be some kind of special occasion? Yes, your funeral! Wanna be present? No. It's not a party. It's for a funeral. Yeah. Exactly. Damn. I should refrain from dark humor, but sometimes I find it funny, okay? There is this ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time, sorting his paper, then setting them aside as if to make a point of the pointlessness of what he just did. The point of what? Sorry? The point of pointlessness. Well, I remember my mother when we eat on the table. Well, where else? Sometimes where she says something important, while she's talking, she just moves her plate sideways by just a few centimeters. Without any reason, she just does that unconsciously. And it's weird. Sometimes we tease her for that and we move our plates on the same way. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Isao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little, back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medication sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. Wow, that was lucky. Well, I don't know how this condition is, but from how they made it sound, felt like he could have died. You're dead, son. You're dead. I'm only a figment of your imagination in the afterworld. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many medicines. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? Wait, I like it. This sentence could be a nice reaction image. Can I see it? The absurdly long list of medication staring back at me from the paper seems unsurmountable. They all blend together in a sea of letters. That's a lot of things to take. Oh, good job, Master Danix. He's making. Because remember, everyone is developing except you. This is insane. Side effects, adverse effects, contraindication and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's futile. Hi Zoro. Good job. Oh no, everyone is developing except me now. No, how the turntables. I can't understand any of it. Attempting to only makes me feel secure. All this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that it's the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Yes, what kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have felt better if he hadn't said anything at all. I'm becoming this. No. At least you don't have to take how many were there for 40 medication a day, and unless otherwise you die. The doctors are developing too. Yeah, they're developing a game. I'm sorry, kid, I couldn't save you because there was a game jam and I was busy that day. Have fun dying, lol. Maybe not that kind of developing. Also, I've spoken with your parents and we believe that it would be best if you don't return to your old school. Ah, now I get where the plot might go. We go to a school with people similar to me, with other disabilities. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my consent shows, it's ignored. We understand that your education is paramount. What? Paramount, let's see. Most important, having the highest rank of authority, okay. Also with control you go the skipping, which luckily doesn't trigger. No school, yay! But where you make friends without school? Well, it's not said that you make friends in school after all. I don't think that it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we are sure that your medication is suitable. So I've spoken to your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamako Academy that specializes... LOLO! Everyone is developing except me, yay! That specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I... It has a 24-hour nursing staff and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of students live on the campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Friends? What are those? Can you eat them? Yes, but it's frowned upon. Okay, no, you don't eat friends. Neither Blobert, so it was Drusilla's fault here. No, never mind. Friends are hard, I get it. From the high school? No, from... Was it the high school, right? From the high school I only kept like 2-3 friends and now I don't see them even often. Sometimes we meet to play some table games, some board games. But recently, yeah, even a few times. We should meet again, actually. There are some other tabletop games we should try. What if your friend is a muffin? Or a fish? And he wants to die? I would think it's still illegal. It depends, okay? Independence, it's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff. And you wouldn't make a hospital being nearby a selling point. Well, it's a school to be safe, okay? While trying to give you some semblance of independence. Of course, that only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't really able to homeschool you. We went out here and had a look a couple of weeks back. I think you'd like it. Looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to the other health problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You need that job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. It's not an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamn opportunity. Oh, wait, I can see some character in the protagonist here. I didn't really pinpoint exactly his character, but there is one maybe. It's a good telling point. It reminds me a little of Takumi from Cowsed. Well, he was depressed too. And he got angry with social interaction, so maybe that's Takumi, yeah. I mean, it's either that or nothing. And if he knows that there will be other girls in that school, well, I'm pretty sure it's a yes, huh? He has some issues to go through. He's afraid of that his condition will make others look down upon him. It's realistic. Yeah, that's right, because even if he returns to the normal school, I don't know his age or of the other people in his school, but looking, being friends with someone with those problems, not everyone is willing to do it, unfortunately. But he's very lucky that there's a school with kids like him, because in this way everyone is equal in their own problem. Someone has a bigger problem than others, but at least everyone has a problem. And they can become even more close, since they all of them share a problem with them. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school, and while it's not the same one, a special school, that's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students here are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help, in one way or another. Your father is right, and many of the graduates of the school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. Also, I actually never heard of a school for disabled kids. They probably exist, probably not in Italy, if there are, never heard even one of them, but that means they are very uncommon. They have a lot of budget, because how else can they afford to have nursing precautions for every student, to be able to accommodate every student? Well, also meaning they will be expensive, but that means also the schools will be highly regarded and probably very well known in their area. That means graduating from a school like that might help him in the world of the work, in the doing the work, or to find a job, because they will be carried from they will carry the name of a prestigious school that helps kids with those problems. So at least it doesn't have a problem to find a job later. That school feels like a god bless. Honestly. If I was in him, well, I would be very scared anyways, but I would be very happy. Well, I also know what happens later, but still. Still, that school is a godsend. Also, by having parents that loves their son, and I suppose they're also decently well well doing, since they can afford it. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability at that school. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. Okay, you got a point. At least you can try not to be held back at that school. I really hate that something is so important was decided for me. But what can you do about it? A normal life is out of question now. It's funny. I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring. But now I miss it. Well, you called it! I want to protest. I want to blame this lack of reaction on shock, on fatigue. I could easily yell out something now. Something about how I can go back to school anyway. But no. I don't say anything. The fact is, I know now it's futile. I look around the room, feeling very tired of all of this. The hospital, doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice. I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on this, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. This is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a special school. It's something. It's a fresh start, and my life isn't over. It would be a mistake to just resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Oh, okay, he came to terms with it. Well, I suppose it's normal also to have some sort of negation. Try to refuse the situation. It's part of the stages of grief after all. Achievement! Bundle of Isao. Yay! We are going to school as a disabled person. I love playing games because you can escape from reality and enjoy a world that goes beyond your wildest fantasies. And then there's Katawa Shoujo. The gate looked far too pompous for what it is. I wonder who built it, huh? Well, of course it's pompous because the school has to be very wealthy. They can afford nursing and care for each student. In fact, gates in general seems to do that, but this one especially so. You didn't see the other gates, huh? Red bricks? Black wrought iron. I suppose it's the sort of decoration they wrote? No. Wrote. Wrote. It doesn't tell me, okay. Fazei still have much to learn. That's right. Fazei knows a lot about gates, but he strives for the perfection actually. He wants to know everything. Let's see. Wrought. What's wrought? Of metals, beaten out or shaped by hammering. Like someone I know. Okay, nice to know. Had bricks, black wrought iron and grey plaster, assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. Well, it's also... I wonder how someone should decorate a school for disabled people. Because it should be instead pretty welcoming. Here though, it takes another aspect, which is the professional and how to say, maybe from the exterior it's best if to use this sort of gate. I'm sorry for starting gate theory, but this gate I think works pretty well for the exterior of the school because it gives a lot of sense of professionalism, safeness, and everything. Isn't really welcoming, but it's the interior that should be welcoming because that's where only the students go after all. So we'll see. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like. But couldn't really decide. Probably not. We had 4 lines about a gate. Wow. If I ever make a visual novel, I will do an entire scene with only a gate, okay? I need to. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Don't force yourself, okay? Moving forward feels good. Feels definitely a real photograph. So I walked towards the main building of Yamako Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Park. Words like clean and hygienic pop in my mind. Makes me shudder. Well, school needs to accommodate everyone, so if someone has problem with dust, surely isn't welcoming anymore. Let's save. The chapter is called Gateway Effect. Yeah, because there was an entire 6 lines about a gate, right? That means we are getting a 40 hours visual novel which Fazei only builds one gate. Actually, Fado, you know that could be a nice idea for a game for the Blob contest. Actually, or a prank game, anything. A game for the April Fools, I don't know. A visual novel about Fazei, that should be interesting actually. Now I wanna make it. Or for the next April Fool, yeah. Well, actually for the next April Fool, I plan to... I had an idea that I saved from a Parachain. Because when I were making my part of the Parachain, I had a previous idea which I scrapped. I won't tell you a lot about it, but it's a simple game with a simple battle system where you simply attack and dodge enemy attacks. That's how you dodge enemy attacks is another story. That's everything there is to know about the game. Words like clean and hygienic pop in my mind. I check them off. Stay open-minded. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. Semicolon. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. I have to say sorry, but this yellow thing, probably a window, I don't know, is bugging me off because it feels like a mouse cursor. A yellow mouse cursor, because some games transforms your cursor like this one, but in a yellow one. And stands out so much that feels like it's my cursor in the game. How to explain? And sometimes I'm worried I have the cursor on the screen. Next April Fools publishes the entire Parachain. We are not waiting that long to publish it in the forum, right? I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectation of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. Makes me wish there was someone here so I could anchor myself to something tangible, instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. Yeah, there should be someone waiting for you actually. Otherwise, it's a problem because if you had an heart attack right now, you need to be supervised. Almost all the time. The trees hum with the wind, and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. Makes me think about hospitals again, how they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is calming color. Why am I feeling so anxious then, despite all this greenery? Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Okay, I have to say, there are some visual novels that do it more than others, but here we have the visual novel that does it more than the others. In the sense that we had first a scene about a gate, now a scene about watching the schools, the trees. The visual novels really love to go for a long time talking about a subject. It's not really boring though. That's what makes the difference from good writing and bad writing. Because you're supposed to touch the grass. Actually, I didn't touch grass for a long time. Feeling nervous with the realization, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We are the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Who is this guy? Reminds me a little of the detective from Chaos Head. Oh wait, a mix of Shigemichi maybe from Robotic Notes? I don't know. And there's some Okabe in it. Rinta Okabe. On the hair and the long face mainly. So we can say it's a mix of the science adventure characters, huh? It's immersive. Describing the gate and the school ground is a narrative device to convey how the protagonist feels trapped in an unfamiliar place. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was just surprised how a lot of visual novels just start randomly talking about every detail in a single thing, which at the end was a reason to talk about some... it was an excuse to start talking about some mental thoughts the protagonist had. So that's why maybe it didn't felt boring to me, because there was a reason to. There was a reason to describe the gate, the garden, the trees, instead of any other game that just describes something just because extra dialogue makes a game longer, right? You must be Ki? Hey, that's me. I also forget the names of the protagonist. The protagonist is called Isao. Nakai. It's the name. Nakai Isao. Oh no, I also have to remember the name of the characters. No. So you are excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Like the guy from Dragon Ball. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. What about being safe? That's easy to remember, is Muto. He doesn't talk much. Or he plays a lot of games. Ah, Yugi Muto, okay, now I realize. Okay. Ah, okay, yeah, because it was Muten from Dragon Ball, not Muto. Okay. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. Yeah, we're getting to know everyone finally. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't like being at the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in situations like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Sure. We have the first choice. I would say even if I will, of course, choose yes. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure, I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I am probably one of those people, but I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. This makes me think about gameplay in visual novels. Because visual novels are clearly focused on the story and the characters. But that means also the character of the protagonist is very important. But then, how do you make choices in a visual novel where you have a defined characteristic of the protagonist? If the protagonist is shy, you can't really put an option to approach a random girl, you know? And if you make the choices based on the character, you don't really have much of a free choice. The only solution, or a solution could be that based on the choice, the protagonist develops differently, but that doesn't feel easy to write. Or to program, even. I guess I should be the one to give the first impression of myself. Alright, but it's no problem. Let's go then! My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. Don't you have a fucking elevator for this poor guy? Yeah, the school can accommodate everyone! Can you accommodate me? I have heart problems. Yeah, sure! Oh, awesome! Now get up those 30 flight of stairs! Ah! And fucking dies! The third door? Down the third floor? Did you make him walk to the third floor? Doesn't this school open for any accommodation to a disabled child have a fucking elevator? I'm sorry, what? Does disabled person doesn't include people with problems in mobility? I don't get it, I'm sorry. Okay, I suppose some movement could help if it's not exaggerated with the heart. Maybe it took some time to rest every flight of stairs. Still, it really didn't suggest the use of an elevator. Meanwhile, Kozue trips and flattens her face on the floor. Oh. I'm still sad that the anime doesn't have the Kozue slamming into the door scene. Oh well, one has to deal with Muto. No. That was a quick... Wait, was it? Is he trying to make a speedrun on how fast he can kill the new guy? Okay, we reached the class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. That painting is ugly. I hope the rest of the school isn't decorated like that. Good morning, everyone! Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Get a grip! This is a big step! I know that, but there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. What's that painting? I don't know if it's a famous painting, but I don't recognize it. Actually, it's pretty ugly. It's a guy with short red hair. a big nose, and a mouth where it seems like he got two big teeth appearing frontwards. Like a squirrel, I don't know. That's pretty weird seen from afar. Yeah, but the style is Van Gogh. I never saw it though. Here we are! Oh, there's plenty of people! Okay, let's see the disableness. So this girl is disabled because of... I don't know. She has double eye color. So maybe she has a DNA problem where she's weak, I don't know. Then this girl is disabled because... I don't know, she seems very well doing. This girl is disabled because she got a very bad burn marks. I know her. This guy is disabled because, well, he looks grumpy. This girl is disabled because doesn't seem disabled to me, honestly. Maybe because she's a antisocial. Feels like the little girl that only reads book and doesn't talk to anyone. This guy is disabled because it doesn't feel disabled either, but maybe he's only depressed, I don't know. This guy is disabled because, well, he has something on the head. Maybe he can't walk properly. Maybe he has leg problems. He can't really walk properly and sometimes... No, maybe he sometimes loses conscience and falls into the floor. Sometimes he blacks out and falls on the floor, I don't know. Then this guy is disabled because he also feels normal to me, actually. So I think he's the only normal here, but he's faking his problem to be here. Then she's disabled because honestly, I don't know. She also feels nice. Maybe she's shorter, but no, that's not really a problem, right? She also feels normal. And she's disabled. She what? I'm really sorry. Delete this, delete this. How do I delete something? I don't know her problem. She has... Maybe she's like Yuri. She's obsessed with cutting herself. That's the only idea I have in mind. Finding some warmth from this cold dead heart. Yeah, we hope he makes a lot of friends. The guy is a cane. Yeah, probably he can't walk right. That's right. I suppose he can't even walk left at this point. Why did he say? I'm sorry. I really wanted to make this bad joke, but maybe I shouldn't. The girl in the front is disabled because she has the huge anime eyes with syndrome. That's right. Okay, that's it. That was actually, yeah, weird to me. That's right. Dice took like 30% of the face. Okay, let's go. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partially so I won't have to meet the curious gaze of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's a lot of space left over around and in between the desk. Well, makes sense because given a lot of people have different problems, having some space might help to, I don't know, any problem. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books. I don't see it. You're lying. I had a shelf beneath my desk. It was very useful. Well, almost every Italian school has it, right? Not every classroom had it though, I remember. And wooden chairs with metal frames, simple and efficient. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in other school. But then, why would they be here? They probably like me, for real, and have something wrong with them. Only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of the right hand. It's a little jarring. Oh, you have new characters! Wait. This one maybe is the sister of the other guy on the left. This guy, well, is fat. This girl is okay. This girl instead is disabled because she's a tsundere. You can see by how she crosses the arms. Then this girl, she's disabled because she can only say oh. You can clearly understand it from the haircut she has, of course. Then this girl is disabled because wait, does she have a prosthetic leg? Maybe that's the case. This guy is disabled because she has the evil antagonist syndrome. You can see from his smug face. And at the end, never mind. Those are some prosthetic legs, if I ever saw some. So this girl is just feels sleepy. Maybe she has a problem where she has very low energy. There's a lot of people though. I would have expected the game to have only like 4 or 5 characters in the classroom. He's fat. Well, surely better from what I said before. Why is Peter Griffin back there? Maybe it's his cousin. Oh, so what's the girl without the thumb? This one? No, doesn't seem like it. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through, while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair. That is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. Is that Bacon, maybe? The burnt girl? There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers, as the rear of the class. We saw him before. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Ah, of course, one girl is mute. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses. Maybe that's the girl with that tsundere pose? I don't know. She doesn't seem to do sign language though. Maybe it's another one before. Then she goes back to whatever she's doing. The ribbon girl. I already forgot the ones from before. The one with big eyes, maybe? She's kind of cute. So is the chilly looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. Oh wait, so it is her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her at the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who has only one hand. Well, would be rude to expect her to clap her hands, okay? I cringe a little. No. Wait, cringe on everyone having the attention of you, of course. On you, of course. But hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. What is the sound of her clapping? There's not. She can beat on the desk, but it would be quite weird. Maybe greeting like that? I don't know, but at the moment maybe she was just sad. She could pump her fist in the air. Well, please understand her. If everyone is doing something you can't do. you get a little sad because you feel excluded, okay? And the first thought is not to find an alternative. She just got depressed. Poor girl. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Misao Nakai. After that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along with everyone even though I'm a new student. After that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing. Well, you tried. And the teacher picks up from there. You could have told your problem. You know, to empathize better. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. They're already deciding who will take the new guy. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along. Wait, drones? That's the first time I hear it. To make a continuous low sound or to speak in a dull voice. Ah, I like the use of the word for this verb. Makes sense because the robotic sound is very dull. For example, if I speak like that all the time and I continue talking like this, it becomes very boring and very dull, so it's like a drone making a noise. Okay, interesting use of the verb. Meanwhile, the mute girl... Beware who speaks with hands. Oh wait, wrong game. While letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again. No! Poor girl without a hand! Which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round, with one hand against her own wrist, that ends in Benji's stamp. Oh! She's trying. Okay, she went over the sadness of the first round. At least. Happy for her. There you go. Makes me feel a little bad. Well, yeah. Feels like she's forcing herself a little. We're going to be doing some group work today. Oh no! Socializing right away! No, please! Not socializing the first day! Everything but that! So that will give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, fine by me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. Did someone say Michi? She's the class representative. Let me guess, is the girl with the pink hair, maybe? I don't know, feels like a representative. No, maybe it's the mute girl. The one with the arm crossed pose. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the assignments and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3. It hits me that I don't know how Wu Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Alright, Hakamichi is right there. Shitsune Hakamichi. Ah, okay, that's the pink hair girl. Ah, she's pretty cute. I like her. Also, I'm a sucker for determined expressions. I love when anime characters make this determined expression with the eyes, with the frown a little forward, like they are angry but with a smile. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her, by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ah, wait, that was him. What? I am caught off guard by her laughter. Drill girl, don't make her angry or her drills will destroy you. Usually the drill girls are like the laughing one. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Akamichi, I'm Misha. This is Akamichi. Shichan? Why there's a crossed out Shizune here? And it's Misha. Maybe she has double personality disorder? I don't get it. Wait. Maybe she has a... She has the same surname though. Maybe she's the sister or... Ah, wait! No, maybe she's the sister of the other girl, which is mute. So Misha works as the interpreter of her sister, right? The name box corrected itself. I didn't notice it was Misha before, but I suppose... Oh, Shizune before, but I suppose... The God of Overlays got sloppy. Or maybe that was a trick of the God of Overlays. We don't know. I'm not Akamichi. I'm Misha. This is Akamichi. Shichan. Wait, she... I don't get the Shichan. Also, no, I interpreted in the wrong way. They are not sister. At least, that's not what you get here. She's Misha, okay. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her. The one I saw using sign language before. Looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once and nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has a short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Wait, she's also deaf? Ah, it's a Japanese thing, she's using an endearing term. Okay. Felt like something of that kind. Still confused me. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, you'll be able to talk with people, and who better to explain things to you? I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? Why, there's a comma here. But I understand why you would think I was Shichan. Shichan is deaf. Wait, she's calling her Shichan because she's Shizune, right? Shizune Akamichi. I remember Akamichi from Michi from Robotic Nodes. And we can remember Shizune from the Shy. She. I don't know. And it's Shizune-chan. Now I finally understand. Shichan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shichan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? Wait. So the presentation they did? She didn't hear it. I was pretty sure this school was full of money, because otherwise they would have had an interpreter in the class all the time for her. He seems to be a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today, so soon. Hichan, right? Why everyone is a chan to her? Hichan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits. You look like I imagined. Yes, you look like a Hichan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Akemichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Yeah, at some point you know sign language so well that you do it with max fluidity. Okay, she was translating for Shizune. Okay. Sure, so at least she's here for her. I hope she gets paid extra, or gets paid. Usually deaf people are able to read lips though. Ah, maybe she's still learning? Maybe she got an accident recently and she didn't have time to learn to lip read? I don't know. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shichen wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Or to ask Misha that will ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you hadn't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with a hard word a bit, making it stick out of her otherwise fluid translation. Ah! Okay, maybe she makes mistake while talking because she doesn't translate correctly or she translates on the go. Oh, thanks, that would be helpful. Yeah, I kind of came straight to class today. That's not good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before to go there. Not just with school either. Yeah, I remember one time where I got for a job interview. They asked me what the job I applied for was for, and I forgot because I applied for like 5 different jobs. I shouldn't need to keep track of what each work does, you know. Finding a job is a job on its own. Sure, let's go around the school and climb more stairs. Oh no. And always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shichan? Haha? Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it haphazardly. But anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. Do you like this guy? Heh. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down, are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed the test. Oh! No, at this point she's not a oh girl. Still, the drills. Alright. Another thing, you don't have to call Shichan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shichan. I don't think I will. Oh. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune will be more appreciative. Yup, Shizune is fine. Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. What was the job you applied for? Dude, I could ask you the same question. You're doing the interview for the position I applied for and you don't know what it is. Yeah, why I am not allowed to ask the same question to the interviewer? I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that. just less so, I guess. Okay. We haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. She's already mad. It's not like you're not allowed. Yeah, but it's frowned upon. Well, I can ask questions about the work, but I just can't ask about the pay, the work hours, if they will answer me back to let me know if I got the job, or actually anything. Bring forth the sass. I need to try. Also, serious talk. I'm not the best at serious talks. But Akamichi is a girl. Yeah, we discover now that it's a girl that isn't able to neither hear or talk. Maybe she could talk, but it's almost impossible to do without the right training. Since you can't even know how sounds are. The question is, would you date a deaf and mute girl? Honestly, personally, I have to admit I don't know the answer, because mainly the main factor is how the girl is, the character, the personality, the hobbies, everything. To me, the most important factor is the character on its own, the girl on its own, the character, the personality, the hobbies, what she does. Only then comes the problem like this one, which is a pretty big problem actually. But if that's really love, it can be easily, can be reduced a little by learning sign language. So I don't think a mute girl would be an impediment for true love after all. So my answer is yes, if that's the case. I will say that's pretty the opportunity I don't think will ever happen, but if it happens, I wouldn't say straight no. At least that's my idea. Though I'm surely very discouraged by this obstacle, so maybe on the heat of the moment I might be turned off by that, but at least it's not something unsurmountable. Yo Michael, how it's going? We are here on this safe stream. We are here on this safe stream where this check mark is not checked. Yay. Also, no, good opportunity to save. How it's going? We are playing this game. This cute dating sim. A completely normal dating sim. With disabled girls. For example, the one on the right is deaf. We are trying to date disabled girls. That sounded better if said in another context, maybe. Seems like you're playing with a gun behind your head. No, don't worry, I'm fine. Rhea said she's gonna protect me. You see the shield? That's Rhea. The trick is I have a 5-second delay. So I have a 5 seconds to remove the thing on screen before it appears on stream. Okay, we have a gacha pull for Michael. It is, and you got a Casey. Come on. But if the person in the interview asks you what position you applied for, tells me they didn't come ready for the interview and wouldn't like that. Yeah, that's right. Otherwise, feels like can be that or a bad attempt to test the person in the interview to see if they care about the company. Spoiler, I don't care about your fucking company, just pay me, I will do my job, I swear. Okay. I'm sorry. I set the stream as 18 plus, so, or, how it's called, with content classification, so I can swear a little more often, okay? I forgive this because it's a follower of stellar character. Didn't you also like Casey? More than Priscilla at least. I wonder if this will be part of the server history or not. Sure, it's the last thing that will happen before they also ban the Discord server. Just kidding. Unless you're making this more 18 plus. I still didn't talk about something. I still don't want to say some words for now. Maybe later. I don't know. Everyone switched to 18 plus stream. Well, it's still impossible on Twitch. But I'm not going to stream on other channels who allows it, okay? Okay, Priscilla Master Race. Ah, okay. I remember it differently then. I like Priscilla too. Even Casey is cute though. I mean, flagging them as a team only. Well, it's not like I swear a lot. Sometimes I only do it once a week, I don't know, it depends if it's funny in the situation. I made a character swear in my last game. I removed it because I didn't really like it at the end. But yeah, in the game of something is wrong with my word map, I made a character swear like twice. I thought it was funnier in that sentence, but maybe it was better without the swearing even. So I removed it and it works pretty well even without it. It's not like I don't like swearing, but well, it's not like I like swearing, but I don't see the need to swear. Only sometimes, just to get more emphasis on stupid things. Only to try to be funny at least. Or to exaggerate something. No kids here, we don't want to do any 50 reference. And if a kid comes here, we will do a 50 reference to remove them from the stream. I'm just joking, okay? I'm joking. I'm talking about the character, I'm not into the whole waifu things. Yeah. I wanted Drusilla to swear in the parachain, but I avoided it. At the end, in the parachain, is there someone that swears? I forgot. I don't think so. I'm kidding. At the end. There has to be at least 150 reference each stream. Okay. We still don't know the Misha disability. I'm sorry to think it like that, but feels like Danganronpa for a moment, where every character has a power, right? Like Danganronpa we have, oh, the ultimate fanfiction writer, oh, the ultimate scientist, oh, the ultimate programmer, and instead we have, hey, that's Akamichi, girl which can't hear. We also have the other girl without legs. What's your power? My power is I have a problem with my heart. I'm really sorry. I had decided, but I'm sorry. That just came to mind. In Louis part, of course, it's in Louis part. That was the craziest one. Okay, we can resume the game. I already forgot what we were talking about. To do the assignment, right, okay. My power is I don't have the power. Well, you're the protagonist then. The protagonist is chosen randomly, right, in the first one. The more the stream is going on, more I feel like I'm going into a list. Wait until the next stream, Zoro, where we are gonna die by a heart attack after doing a 18 plus scene, okay? We are already in several lists, oh no. Feels for sure. Oh, we hadn't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shichan will get mad. The assignment is also long. We should start now if we want to finish before the end of class. Aha, that too! Shitsune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Oh, okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. An assignment of what, though? Could you tell me? I don't know what list you are all talking about. Don't worry, Michael. Don't worry, Michael. I may or may have not made a bad taste joke beforehand. Or I'm pretty sure that won't be the last one, unfortunately. Oh no! I regret everything. And next scene! Still, we finish a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. Oh, sorry, I have something on... Okay, little better. Oh, yes. Oh, we go like this, okay. They're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. I still wonder which is Misha anti-power, how should I call it? Disability, okay, never mind. Maybe she has a concentration problem. Maybe she can't really focus on things. That's why she feels normal, but deep down has a very big problem on concentrating, studying and everything. They didn't mention it in the assignment scene though. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah, the classic anime bell. The clock tower bell rings, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. Oh no! I will get a jump scare every time I see this picture, this portrait. What's this? FNAF? FNAF? I still don't get why FNAF has that bell sound in the game. Lore things, I suppose. Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Oh, they have a cafeteria or how it's called? Well, they will say it eventually. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria... Ah no, it's a cafeteria. Seems to be spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard, towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. Maybe Misha doesn't have a disability. She's just dumb. Which can be a disability in its own, never mind. Feels an insult if said like that, I'm sorry again. I need to place some I'm sorry above me just to be sure every time, right? A cafeteria with space for 200 people in a school with 15 students. Maybe there are more classes because we went on the class 3-3. So there are at least other 11 classes. There is a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realize that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. How nice, it almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I pick something at random. Yeah, good luck having something uneatable. And follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. What are you talking about? There are most 6 more students. Girls ABC and boys ABC. Usually they don't go over the other letters, right? At least in visual novel, yeah. Okay, now I get it. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, well, you chose it randomly, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand the sign, so the point escapes me. She's upset. I like this expression actually. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. Do you want to know something? What? About anything. We are your guides, so you should ask if there is something. I wonder. Oh, we have some gameplay finally. Well, that's the most gameplay we can get out of a visual novel, unfortunately. She's doing a deafness if it doesn't sound rude. Misha's disability is that she's vegan! That was a nice joke with that. Can be offensive, but I don't care. At least doesn't offend the right people. And I get a pull for Michael. And we have Casey again. Okay, Michael, just for this time, since you got very lucky to get another Casey, I will give you another one, okay? Ha! And you got Valdette! Incredible! Who remembers Valdette? Did I use it for a stream ever? No. Yeah, it was the period where there was Bowsette, and I made a avatar with me with the crown. We don't talk about it, it's too late, we are talking about it. It also participated the Smashdorf tournament in the Waldorf week. Insta Switch! Good job with Valdette. Good job. And good luck. You got a good luck. Can be. She's too robust for a vegan. Well, maybe she's, I don't know, the wood of the trees. Okay. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that's personal, right? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. We tried. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth, very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation in sign is not enough to fill a silence. No, at the end I didn't talk about anything. No. Okay, Michael, thanks for coming. Have a nice adventure. So what kind of choice was that? Maybe it was the wrong choice? I could have asked about the library. Asking about the deafness of someone was pretty hard to do. You choose this, but you don't talk about it. Well, the protagonist felt awkward about asking. So maybe it was the wrong choice. I don't know how it works. We arrived in the classroom early, but we are not the first. Oh, we have bacon here! That dark-haired girl I noticed before is slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of Arino. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the... I get it now! The Misha disability is... she's extroverted! That's a disability! I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone, just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students. And finally, the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Well, that's what you do at school. You get bored. And you learn something, supposedly. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Before long, the final bell rings. Dun, 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 dun. School is finally over! For the day. Now let's go school for another 8 months and maybe it will be over. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Ichan. We got to hurry already, since there is a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure. Oh wait, the teacher said I have to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. Ah! Van Gogh jump scare. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out the other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. Come on, let's climb more stairs. I will be dead before the first day. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool, which I don't think I can use because heart problems. Also, I got another realization. Or something fun but funny at the same time. If this game would happen to be dubbed with a voice line, there would be a voice actor for each character, right? For Misha, but even for Akamichi, even if she's deaf, I'm pretty sure there will be a moment in the game where she makes a sound like Well, for example, she trips on something or slams into the door. Oh wait, wrong character. And people would find it weird that there is a voice actor for her though. Which is saddeningly funny, if you can allow me this term. Don't allow this term, please. Never mind. You can just stay still in water. Okay, that's right. You take it as a way to relax, to take some fresh water. How is that official? Don't be silly, Hichan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse office is in the first floor. It's in the fourth floor. 7th floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Ah, thanks, bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with an actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this really will be only a quick visit like the teacher said. On a white door on the left, a green cross with the text, Head Nurse, and the nameplate. A voice from the inside responds to my knock, almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. Sounded a bit like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bin under the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there is at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. What happens in the Green Mile stays in the Green Mile. The corridor is pretty dreary. Now you are worrying me. This guy is creepy. This guy is unsettling. Hello there, what can I do for you today? The music is also weird. It's weirdly active, the music. Also, as a rule of thumb, never trust characters who are always with their eyes closed. He's young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks? Dimples. A small shallow dent in the skin. Ah, okay. The dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who had heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes, I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I probably should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. I'm Hisao Nakai. I forgot his name. Hisao Nakai, okay. His eyes light up with revelation and he snaps his fingers. Oh, you're that Nakai. I was just reading your file in the morning. No, wait. Nice smile we have here. Wow, I like it. It's pretty similar also, the emoji. I would say no, father, it's pretty similar actually. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He gestures me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Oh, yes. Good, well, you probably have been briefed about the school enough. I will just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there's a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, it's like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. You'll get used to it. I'm saving this as a reaction image. The sax music is pretty inspiring. Yeah, I started fast the music, but now we are jazzing a little. You'll get used to it. I'm not sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shuffles stacks of paper around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of a generic, I'd like to say. Beige walls and ceiling, dark grey laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school nurse office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly, 3 times a day from all the food groups. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you already have the medication for the arrhythmia. Remember to take your pills every morning and evening, or it won't be much help. Apart from that, do it on sports, rush stuff like, I don't know, boxing? He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Yeah, I understand him. Usually happens to me. A lot. Oh well, I play soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to recommend you refrain from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Can only play chess now. Well, actually, he can play esports. Right? He can do sports, but can do esports. Which can be even more fun. You never know. Or I know, actually. Esports are a good way to get blood pressure up and die. Okay, never mind. You may have a point. If he got high pressure from a declaration of love, anything else could increase his pressure at this point. If you ever been in a Dota 2 chat, you know. Yeah. I actually never played a actual round of Dota 2, but my friends pushed me to play the tutorial so I could play with them, but I played 1 hour of tutorial and the game was still going. It was the tutorial against other bots, and it was infinite because the enemy towers respawn. The tutorial was about to go like for 1 hour and a half at this point. After that, I uninstalled Dota without even finishing the tutorial. When I died in the tutorial and I needed to respawn, there was a 2-minute cooldown to respawn. 2 minutes! Are you making me play the tutorial? Or you're just making me suffer? And given Dota 2 is a MOBA game, it's probably the second answer. Okay, let's return to the game. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There is no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestep the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers, with a more serious expression on his face. Still, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said. I don't think though you need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming maybe? There's a pool here. So I was told. You were good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He works his fingers to emphasize the point. No need really, I've heard this 1,000 times already. No unnecessary risks. Take care of yourself. Okay. He goes over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk. Good, that's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. Okay, thanks. The scene was starting to get a little long because it didn't really feel useful. to anything. We already knew his condition. Maybe we needed to know something extra about don't do too much exercise, but that's it. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes they still look one and the same. Ooh, hi you in the grass! Welcome there, how it's going? We are playing here Katawa Shoujo. Even if the stream is set to just chatting, but because there is no section for this game, and also, as I expected since I played that visual novel on stream, sometimes I see how we get some inspiration to talk about some arguments. I love some Katawa, awesome. I also have an extra twist, which is I have the patch for the original, but I also have a measure to block to remove the last 5 seconds of the game in case I need to censor something. I want to play the original version, but by censoring everything wrong, and I have a 5-second trick to block the images in time, at least. Even if in the first stream I don't think we will get any peculiar scene, let's say. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the doors. Oh, let me guess, maybe now we will meet Bacon, that girl. It felt like it since we saw her in the classroom before. Feels like she will be the next character we meet. Everyone seems to know where they are going. I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Yes, people don't get by looking at you. What's your problem? Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere to prevent me from getting lost. No, wait, no. That's exactly how you get lost. By going somewhere. Isn't that right? You can't get lost if you don't go anywhere. That's basic logic. Oh well. Sure, let's go somewhere. I wonder how this game plays out. Maybe I need to choose where to go. For now, the only choice I got is 2 choices in a discussion, which weren't even that important. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There is a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms. Shrubbery. Wait. Shrubbery? It doesn't load. I will look for it myself. Shrubbery. Ah, okay. The short trees. That's the way to call them. The grooves. I don't know. The shrubbery. Nice to know. Never heard about it. This garden is huge. Yeah, more than a school is an entire city almost. Shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. Oh, I misclicked. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. Wait, what's this drawing? Wait, there's a guy watching another guy with an arm like that, which has another face on the back of his head. Wait, is it from the first Harry Potter? Like, there was the teacher with Voldemort behind his back, behind his head. Probably not. But if that was the case, this should be Harry Potter, right? The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, feels way too pompous for what it is. So I push forward, going inside. Takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the end of the hallways. Oh, finally some elevators! I had to do 3 rows of stairs up and down to get to my classroom. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. What do you mean? Yeah, of course, if I was in an anime or dating sim, I would never want to waste time with other boys, you know? I love how dating sims are an escape from reality. You can just socialize with girls like it wasn't a problem. What a sentence! Yeah, sounds weird after all. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Don't you use the elevator? Okay, some exercise once in a while is needed. Here, small corridors branch off from the main alley. Each of those minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door. Let me guess, we will meet the other girl on the floor. Probably Bacon, maybe? Light shines from below the door 117, so I knock lightly. Hello, anyone home? From inside I hear a few movements, then the click... Wait, really? Is it... The protagonist is socializing? That's surprising. I'm not immersed in the character anymore. Actually, no, maybe I would try it also myself, because there's a good chance it could be a girl, and that wouldn't be that bad. Also, probably later we are bound to meet the other person in the same floor, right? Then I hear the clicking of way more locks than I thought those doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. No! It's a boy! I don't care anymore. Also, it's clearly from Hogwarts. It's clearly Harry Potter! Wait! We were talking about Harry Potter just the scene before. And now we got Harry Potter here! This can't be a coincidence, come on. Tell Harry Potter, yeah, that's him! It just needs his finger on the head, the sign. When character is too much of a social butterfly, I demand a refund. I am personally even more upset about my floor friend. It's not a girl. Too bad. A bespectacled. Wait, what was it? It's not working anymore. Spectacled. Okay, with glasses. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Oh. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Kiss, kiss, kiss. No, I'm sorry. Nizonakai, I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup, dude? The name is Kenji. Oh, hi. I take Kenji's sweet hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There were some suspicious-looking people's shoes going in and out of your room earlier. Ah, it was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Cause they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly, as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, Hisao. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I can trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about it for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eye and leans closer again, battling backwards to dodge it. Miss. Exaggerated and gestures is Italian. Right. Never mind. Doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search for the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. And then we hope to never talk to him again. Black beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood, ugly curtains. It's no one's room, impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. This is 100% real picture. Yeah, they felt like real pictures even before. I had a little doubt, but after this, they are just real pictures rendered pretty well. Because I saw a lot of other visual how to call them, indie visual novels, amatorial visual novels, where they have real backgrounds but with a filter on. But usually the filter is pretty ugly. Here instead the filter looks pretty decent, I would say. Also, seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Ah, okay, we can read the notes. Hi, Ichan. We unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Oh, what a good parents. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. In the hope that I would have, then there would be something to do. Are you kidding? You know how boring and stressful is unpacking after moving out or moving. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lay down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. Oh, hello, Martis. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge to keep growing until I have to stand up. I will refrain from making Kalina jokes or There's something wrong with my word map jokes. You can always pack all the stuff and unpack it again. If you really don't have anything like anything to do, you could, but you shouldn't. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming and for the entire day today too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be this unnatural all this time. Tomorrow I will go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now... medicines, yay! The bottles catch my eye. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the content rattle inside. Then I read the label. Isekonakai. 2 tablets daily to stay alive! Who brought this? Come on! What the hell brought this thing? The doctor can't be this unprofessional. Damn, this caught me by surprise, but it's actually funny. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. Okay. That was really a surprise. Because I don't think neither the doctor or the parents would ever do that. It's kinda twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. Well, that's more normal than you think. Our life depends on oxygen, which are just 3 balls attached together, multiplied by a very big number, and we get a lot of those 3 balls linked together in our body to survive. That sounds weird if told like that, right? We live thanks to the 3 balls linked together. Still a chemical, technically. Everything is a chemical, technically, right? 3 balls is water. Oxygen O2. Ah, wait. Sorry, I confused it with water. I was remembering the CEO video. So it's 2 balls. Okay, less balls to worry about. Any food is technically chemicals. So yeah, this stands true for anyone then. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lay down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Fun fact. Sometimes I also take some pills, but they are not really medical pills, they are just integrators, alimentary integrators. Because my mom is really invested in it and carefully checks about which vitamins our food can't give enough of, and so helps our body by complementing our food with vitamins that we wouldn't actually get. So I grew with my mother giving us a lot of integratory pills almost every day. Now it's way less frequent, but there was a long period in life where we took pills every day. The integrator pills. Okay. It is a gamer's plug. I'm not selling anything, I swear. But yeah, but there are vitamins that are very uncommon in the food. So that's why also some integratory might be really useful. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain. After that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. And it's night. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls, and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night. And it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. You don't need to go so philosophical on a ceiling. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again, together with the scenes. Oh wait, wrong game again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. Good night. Katawa Shoujo! Now the game starts. Well, when will the game start, anyways? Maybe it was the loading screen? For what? I wake up in a strange room. Yeah! Don't you remember? You feel your own unfamiliarity crawling on your back. Solid morning light shimmers against the light grey ceiling. I'd forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. If this was a cheap harem anime, I would have woken up with a girl in my sheets, together with me. Optionally naked. But luckily it's not that kind of anime. Sorry, I got this random thought in my mind. My room. This is the third room this year I'm supposed to call mine. Most like the Lamia girl. Did they make a dating sim in a Monsters? Well, I'm pretty sure it's plenty of dating games with monster girls. Even in a school, probably. Various things around here remind me that indeed, it's me who is supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medication on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open one, shake out a pen and pop out a tablet from a foil sheet. Cause you know, snakes need body heat to stay comfortable. Wrong story. I have an idea of which anime you could be referring to. Snake need body heat to stay comfortable, but on the opposite, sorry, I got this random thought in my mind. With Tosa, since she's always ill, on the opposite, you can if you are cold, you can just hug with Tosa, take a bunch of illnesses, but at least you stay pretty well heated, right? I downed them with that chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. Feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday. Misha constant laughter and Shizune sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here? Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. The anime club? Don't join the literature club? Or maybe do? All through class, the question remains on my mind. I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. Shizune was at the deaf one. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. She crosses her arm. What expression is that? And shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the razor of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Sorry, Shichan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Ichan. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. Oh no, they are gonna form a club together now. That's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like festival coming up in a few days. Oh no. I'm fed up with school festivals. I saw school festivals in every single school anime I see. Please, stop with anime festivals. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. Oh no, Monica, please delete her first. She also did the pose. Hello everyone! So, you actually transferred into a busy time. Maybe you can help out too? Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. I don't know, Ichan, the truth is a local event. I'm not from this area, so... maybe her disability is that she's French. Because she's not in this area, from this area, I don't know. I'm sorry, French people, I'm kidding. Disclaimer. She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavily. Oh. Who cares? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune words out of me, with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look out in our direction. Not so loud. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideas and beliefs behind the festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, butting his loud wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. I hope he only uses it as a pointer. She's rapping. I wonder how a mute girl raps. I don't know. There's probably some around, actually. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Actually, how do you make a poem or a song with sign language, since you can't get any rhyme? Wait. Serious question. How do you make a rhyming with the sign language? I think maybe it depends on the sign, because if a sign says this, and there's another sign that says that, which is similar but of course it's different, maybe that could be a similar word that can rhyme with the other one. For example, you speak something that, and then speak something that, and that's a rhyme. That's the best example I have in mind. Okay, yeah, there are gestures that look familiar. Okay, interesting. I never thought about it. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though, brushing it off without a care. We're in the middle of class. We should start working. That's right, Shi-chan! What? That's right! Hi-chan, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a sus glance exchange between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune looks at each other again. I'm about to ask what I have in mind, when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with... Okay, I suppose it was her. I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. It doesn't seem she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. Oh no, we have a ghost! I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go, okay, she's not a ghost. Why doesn't he say anything? Maybe she needs to go to the bathroom often, I don't know, to sanitize something? I don't really know. Hichan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me, looking after the girl who left? Nothing. Okay, well, like we are asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Oh, not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Haha! Okay, Chan, perfect! The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Yay. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work in time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Remember when Shizune said and then she said Oh yeah, hardest line in fiction. She said it again. Yes it is, Ichan. Impossible. Really? Oh really? I've noticed this before. It's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only of everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Oh, that's very kind of her. She's helping her to understand what the others are saying. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really, Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. Actually, I would say I would turn towards Akamichi, Shizune. Then her friend will translate, and I will watch Misha while she explains to me what Shizune answered. And then I return to watch Shizune after the answer, after knowing her answer. Would be better to just learn the sign language, but of course it's not easy. It's not a contest, because contests are competition over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Is this dissing of the Italian forum of RPG Maker? Is this dissing? There's no prize. The only prize is rice and keys, which are useless. Delete this from the stream. No, I'm kidding. The prize is Terrence. I still don't know if Dax took some of my rants after I changed my nickname. I hope so, otherwise, what are you here for? Shizune's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me, as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Ichan? Very sure. You're wrong, Ichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. And they got Thanos snapped. I'd argue more, but the bell rings, and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. Ah! Van Gogh jumpscare. I had almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. I know how they appear from the side together. Where do you want to eat? Are there other places? The cafeteria? Aha! That's a plane! Okay, let's go! A plane? Well, I guess. At my old school I liked to eat outside, near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there is a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Still the cafeteria. Still no gameplay. Well, there needs to be gameplay, right? If you need to choose a route. I suppose this game goes with routes, right? Well, we can go with routes by options, but I don't see many of them. Sure, let's save. Small talk. Okay. Shizune and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates and boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Ichan, you wanted to know about crepes and stuff, right? Right? Right, Shichan? Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she's about to deliver a speech. Hichan, do you have anything you're really interested in? I was playing soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right, Hichan? Right. Oh no, the literature club. Wait. But seems like they have all the members that can possibly have right now. Sorry, Hichan, it's a really popular club. Well, I get it. After they release the Doki Doki, everyone wants to go to the literature club. I get it. Also because, makes sense. In a school full of people with problems, the books are pretty simple. Reading is pretty simple to do. The only requirement is you need hands. Which could be a problem for some of those, but you can also do with only one hand or someone that helps you. You can also read together with someone. They can come out before Doki Doki. Yeah. I know. I don't know the exact year though. Wait, I will check. It's from 2012. From 2012. 2012, okay. Okay, that's pretty old, but not that old, as to say. Still old. And I forgot about the ice requirement. Too bad. Well, that's unfortunate. Unless you read Braille. I'm pretty sure this school could have some Braille books, actually. Okay, but more to the point, Ichan, does this mean you don't have anything already in mind? Oh no, not really. Good, great, that's great, Ichan, really great. Why it's so great? No reason. Let me guess, you want me to join your club. Well, Ichan, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student Council! Oh no! The one that have absolute power over the world in every anime. I see. I didn't know the school had a student council. That was a very melodramatic setup though. Just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizune looks a little embarrassed about it. And Misha is laughing. Shizune quickly retakes control of the discussion, in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has the voice to voice whatever she says. Right, teacher, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely, you should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day, Hichan. Shichan and I are both in the student council. Actually, Shichan is the president. Well, she was the representative of the class. I didn't know the president of the student council, actually. I'm starting to get the suspicion that Shizune and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about this with. As if reading my mind, Shizune quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Still, after this scene, we probably end the stream. Feels like a good moment. Of course, we are not trying to get you to join because we would obviously benefit from you joining, and therefore have an incentive to try to get you to... So you're admitting that... No, we admit nothing. I mean, Ichan, of course it would be nice if you joined. We'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one school. Yep, it's true, Ichan. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school, Ichan? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if it's just a really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest. Oh, they always look their cutest. Although they are really pretty cute to begin with. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to the student council, Hichan. That's not what I said. Wait, no. Oh, see, Hichan? Of course, it wouldn't go so easily. Yep, that's right. Though, it would be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well, Hichan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. You don't know, Mr. Isao. You don't know. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. Aha, that's interesting, Ichan. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. How about rich man, poor man, Ichan? I don't know the game. If you lose, you have to join the student council. No, absolutely not. Oh, why not? Because you two both have the same incentive, therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. What game is that? Capitalism? I am actually curious. I will check. Apart from being a game on Steam, I don't get any result. Well, that means I have unfortunately to ask to the expert. Mr. ChatGPT. Let's see if we can believe him. It's an informal game on Riddle that involves creating a narrative or a set of questions where the participants need to guess whether a described scenario applies to a rich person or a poor person. The premise is usually to illustrate how certain experiences or possession can be interpreted differently based on wealth. Ah, okay. Okay, for example, was a lot of money in the bank but no access to it? A rich man, who might carry all their belongings with them everywhere, a poor man. Well, they are pretty extreme examples though. The expert, well, when you don't know who to ask, could be an option. And feels actually reasonable. Sounds a game some kids could play. Well, not really, because kids maybe played in the past, because the difference between rich and poor was more noticeable in the past, maybe. Sounds like ChatGPT made it the fuck up. It may be, but I didn't find anything else online. I will try to refresh and see if it changes idea. Yeah, it's changing idea. It's changing idea. Oh. Never trust ChatGPT. Okay, you were right. I was believing it for a moment, but I forgot that ChatGPT comes up with random shit when it doesn't know something, instead of admitting that they don't know. Actually, I have an idea. I'm sorry. Small interlude, but I will ask ChatGPT what. Who will be the final boss of the Respawn Banter, a game by RPG Waldorf? Is looking online? No, you shouldn't look online. Says it's the evil lord. Well, that's pretty vague. I don't want to make make online research. Okay, here. The final boss in the Respawn Banter by RPG Waldorf is the goddess of life herself, Leven. Through the game, she serves as a recurring figure who not only revives the hero after each death, but also taunts and jokes with them in various ways. This constant interaction builds up to the final confrontation with her, where the hero must face the very deity who has been both a helper and a source of frustration during their journey. Perfect! Perfect! I have the final boss, and I will change the end of the game now. This battle isn't just a typical showdown. It is deeply intertwined with the game's themes of death, rebirth and humor, making it a fitting conclusion to the hero's journey. I need to print. I need to print this. It's incredible. It's incredible. I need to print this thing. Wow. Poetry. Pure poetry. We show it for a little. I didn't want to because it was out of sync, but honestly, I don't know what kind of sync do we need here. Almost. Here, that's the answer. I will print it later and post it on the wall. Ask ChatGPT what is the best green in the game. Later, because I might get some spoilers. Okay. We should ask more ChatGPT about things he doesn't know. Damn, I still can't believe ChatGPT spoiled the ending of Respawn Banter. Okay, so they were trying to make me bet joining the council. Yeah, that isn't my goal. It's him. That isn't my goal, but what this means is that both of you can team up and I will be at a clear disadvantage. I have to decline. Hitchan, I'm very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us and that we would pull something so disingenuous. That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune influence ends and Misha thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl feeling, you should definitely join the student council. No! How about a game of paper football instead of rich man poor man? Paper football? Yeah! It's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goal posts and the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between people, Hichan. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children, Hichan. Haha! That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. yeah, that's true. How did you know, Hichan? Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say I'm happy with the attempt to get me to the student council, but I'm a little curious about what the student council does here. I've never been on one before, or even known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha. In which way? So maybe it wouldn't be so bad. Okay, Ichan, how about Risk? The game of world domination. The what? I don't know what it is. It's really fun, Ichan. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Ah, Risico, you mean? Risico, okay. Is it an English name or it's the game variation? Yeah, it's called Risk in English. Ah, I didn't know it. Risk, it's everywhere. Wow. That's new for me. It's the original name. Ah, okay, so it's the Italian fault to change it to Risico. Interesting. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you wanna play, we can after school. Oh, really, Shichan? We can play just for fun, Ichan. Shichan hasn't played in a long time, so if you want to, there are no strings attached. Oh, well, okay. Okay, perfect. We'll see you after school in the student council room. Then Ichan... Wait, why there? Because that's where we keep the game. That was their plan right from the start, wasn't it? Well, Risico is an old variation of the word rischio. Yeah, usually also I hear people saying you can also link it to the motto, which talks again about risking. Chi o rosica. It's a literal interpretation. Okay, well, it's fine. In Italy maybe Risk was a little weird to call a game after all. I grimace shake to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. In the end, I agree, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Oh! Bacon! Okay, we could end here. I think that's a perfect moment. Too bad, I really wanted to get to know Bacon sooner or later. Or whatever name she could have. Okay. Playtime 2 hours. Ah, that's way less. Why? Maybe stops while in the menu, probably. Oh well. I wander in my peripheral vision forever. Yeah, she's actually pretty cute despite being with the face ruined. Well, it's a game after all. In real life, that thing ruins your face even more. They We can talk about it next time. I will surely continue the game. But in the game, they made her face ruined, but still keeping a waifu appeal. Because unfortunately, that's what dating sims need. Even if I'm not really sure if this game is a dating sim at this point. We see, maybe next time we get a gameplay. And the more peculiar scenes, let's say. Okay, I'm still online. I don't think I got banned out of this. So we are doing pretty well. Look in the dark, you won't matter. No. Poor girl. She's not burnt out everywhere. Come on. Okay, honestly, didn't know what to expect from this game. This is kinda what I expected. I didn't expect to be this low, but it's very well written at least, so it's an enjoyable slow game at this point. I'm curious to understand what the hell the H scenes are all about. Because this game doesn't seem like... well, I'm surprised this game had those scenes. To begin with. Well, we'll see. Okay, I will surely continue it next Sunday. I'm loving the game. And we probably play it each Sunday at this point. So, that's everything for today. I have a 10-second delay, so I will need to end the stream a little later, otherwise something will be cut out. 5 seconds delay. And that's everything for today. I don't see many people online here, unfortunately. We can raid someone here. Okay. Then, thanks a lot for coming by. Please stay for the raid. And we'll see ya whenever it happens.